positives for you, do you find?
Well, I mean, they didn't quit. I'll give them that. I mean, they put up the yards in the second half, especially on the through the air, right? I mean, you talked about it. Amari 226, 113 for Gallup. Seeing Gallup back, that's going to be vital. And Cobb actually didn't have too bad of a game either when he was thrown to. He made his plays, But
I was surprised Witten wasn't involved more.
Yeah, they did. They only used him a couple of times. I was surprised by that. Especially once the interceptions had happened, you figure you get the ball into the safest hands possible, and that's Witten.
Yeah.
So,
are there any other positives you can take away from this?
Well, the secondary did their job. They were outstanding.
Yeah. We were talking about that. That was one of the things I said was a weakness for the Packers is the fact that the wide receivers minus Devontae Adams caught 4 catches for 55 yards and no touchdowns. So
yeah,
they locked those guys down, which I don't know if that's saying a lot more positives for the Cowboys secondary or if it's saying more negatives for the wide receiving core minus Devontae Adams for the Green Bay Packers, but. I mean,
the Cowboys secondary is in the top. I think now after this game, they're in the top 3 as far as secondaries in the league.
Yeah, they're playing well. Then they're playing well back there for sure.
I mean, they're playing very well back there. But again, the negatives don't know how to start a game at home, and it's over and over and over. It's just unbelievable. I mean, this is your turf. You dictate what's going to happen in a game. You don't let the other team get started, but they do it time after time after time.
Yeah, I noticed one thing,
and that goes to the redhead who's on the sidelines clapping away there.
I got to say something on that. Why didn't he just shut up after he was flagged? He kept going back and forth, and I'm like, he's about to get ejected.
Unbelievable. Elite coaches do not take those penalties. They just don't. To get that
you don't ever see Belichick get that ever.
No, and I mean, if you want to talk about a guy who was going to tear the paint off the walls earlier today, it was Mr. Belichick. Because wow, they were ugly. But you didn't see him blow like that.
Can I just say this for all the people that want to rip on the young head coaches? Jason Garrett, I believe, is 52 years old or so. He got a stupid penalty. They want to pick on young head coaches. Do you know why a 34-year-old youngest head coach in the league doesn't get penalties like that? Because he created.
It's called being smart.
No, Greg. He created a coaching position called the coaching line get back coach. He has a coach specifically designated to watch him and push him back from getting a on-the-field penalty or yelling to tell him to shut up or to keep him calm.
McVay does have that guy.
That's Sean McVay, the youngest coach in the league, hired and created a coaching position specifically to tail him around and curtail his freaking anger and outbursts.
That's right.
And you want to talk about these young coaches don't know what the hell they're doing. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt, but I just like to poke fun of these hot take artists that don't see the value of, yes, these young coaches are going to make mistakes that they learn from, but so did Bill Belichick. That's why he had a losing record when he was in Cleveland prior to coming to New England. You know what I mean? Like, all young coaches have growing pains. But we need to give young coaches credit for doing things. Jason Garrett's an old enough coach. He shouldn't make that mistake. And you have a young coach like that. So I just want to highlight that just for all those people that want to be, stinks to
there's guys.
young age.
The other whole part about that is that there's coordinators who can handle the move up, and there's coordinators who can't. Guess what? You guys got one. We got the other one, and ours has been there for 9 long years.
And I don't want to do this to disparage you or anything, but I just want to do this so that the listeners understand the difference in age demographic here between the four of us. We are all post 40. Greg, you are exactly in what decade of your life?
I'm mid-50s.
There you go. So he is old enough to have a judgment of the exact opposite dynamic of what we're talking about. So just for those, I
watched a coach.
Caveat.
I grew up watching a coach who could intimidate everybody on the field, everybody off the field with his
Landry.
stare. That's right.
Right.
The man in the fedora.
That's right. I'm just doing that because I like to give people an idea that this has nothing to do with age. This has to do with football intelligence, Greg. That's the only reason I'm doing that.
Yep. And football IQ, I mean, it's something that is just not given enough credence and importance by especially younger fans. They just glom onto a name. They care more about the name on the back of a jersey than they do the team that's on the front and all this other stuff. And it's part of the thing that drives you just crazy, especially when you see it on Twitter. You just go nuts.
So, Greg, I got to ask you, man. I got to ask because I'm sure that there's probably some other negatives too that you might want to get to, but I do want to ask this. What is your feel? What's your take on this Dallas Cowboy team after this game? Because I said this and I tweeted this, and I continued to feel very confident during the game. I was not one of those Packer fans that going into this game felt like we were going to lose. I felt pretty good about it. And as we got this huge lead, and then all of a sudden you guys started coming back, I was not nervous. In fact, I tweeted it multiple times. I'm not worried. I'm not concerned. I felt like your Cowboys team was a little overrated. I think they're good. I think they're going to be there at the end. But I feel like they played some teams that made them look a lot better for the first couple of weeks than they really are.
Well, you're from weeks 1 to 3, you're playing over a record of 1-8. Hello.
Yeah. So I just want to get your take on it because obviously I've watched all the games, but I'm not watching it the way you are. And I just want to hear what your thoughts are on this Cowboys game, especially now after this game.
Oh, this is what I was talking to the guys about. This is what I wrote about at Nuts and Bolts. If there was one team that scared the living crap out of me for this season, and especially being in Dallas, was Green Bay coming. I just here we go again. They never ever are playing 60 minutes against that team. And it's something that 2 years ago, everybody in the Cowboys Nation was all over me because I kept giving the Fly Eagles Fly World credit. That team 2 years ago, every single week was 60 minutes of football. That's what it takes. And I never get 60 minutes from the Cowboys. Never. That's the biggest problem. They can beat up teams in 20 minutes. If it's an inferior team, they can do it. They wait 40 minutes and then do it in the last 20, which drives you crazy. But they never play a full game. And it's on both sides of the ball. You do not get a complete game out of them. And to me, that goes to coaching. That is all on coaching. Because the talent is there.
Yeah. So if you had your way, would Jason Garrett be gone?
Oh, he would have been gone many years ago. Many years ago.
Not the first Cowboy fan I've heard say that.
Yeah. Definitely.
Do you see that? Do you see the Cowboys winning the division?
They can still win the division because I do think that when they go on the road, they are a much better team, even against superior teams. They play so much better on the road.
is that?
It makes no sense.
I mean,
but they do.
Jay did bring up a point last with our preview show, Greg, is maybe that home advantage of not having that stadium built like an actual stadium to have crowd noise affect the game. We talked about that before, and and for some reason Dallas fans don't want to go to the stadium. I saw a lot of green and yellow in those stands tonight, and I'm like, it's almost like a home game for the Packers.
Yeah, there was probably a good 35% of the fans in there today were probably Packers fans. And they were making far more noise than the Cowboys fans.
I don't know. I couldn't get a feeling that I was watching a Dallas home game. It's almost like it was a neutral field.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Which, by the way, I'm going to mandate the NFL put in a rule that when the Cowboys and Packers play, it's in London, England from now on. That's it.
Yeah, that's a moneymaker, brother. I don't think they're doing that.
I never want to see the Packers in Dallas ever again.
The funny thing is, Greg, is that we talked about on Thursday about how Rodgers won the Super Bowl and he's comfortable there, and he said that. And guess
he loves that place.
Yeah, but guess what? All the pregame shows that the big paid people that are profound compared to us little guys all talked about this morning. They all had stories when it talked about the Packers-Cowboys covering that exact point about Super Bowl 45 and Rodgers and him. They had interviews with different guys, him saying that. So it was like they were just reiterating our point that we made. I just want to say that.
And, of course, I also had to stomach, which I can barely do, Joe Buck and Aikman at the beginning of the game, basically going after the Packers. And I'm like, what are you idiots talking about? Because here it's going to happen. And sure enough, there it is. Interception. Short field. There's a touchdown. Touchdown.
Greg, I missed the beginning of that because I was trying to take care of the kids and make some chili. So what exactly were they saying?
So they were really after the Packers defense after what happened against the Eagles, especially their run defense and stuff.
And then the 3-and-out happened and they got quiet.
Yeah. And then of course Prescott interception. And you guys really know what to talk about again. The two number one crews for both networks, they are brutal. How anybody wants to put up with these guys is beyond me. They're just both brutal.
I love Nance and Romo. I wish we could hear Romo call the game with Nance on this.
Well, I'd love to anybody else but Nance to be with Romo. The thing that bugs me about Nance is he brings that golf corporate.
I know.
You know what's fun?
I love his
Romo?
voice. I live in Augusta, man.
Greg, honestly, if I could say this, Greg, you need to go in there with Romo because what is cool about Romo is an everyday. When he talks, he sounds just like we do when we're analyzing. He doesn't sound like a bigwig paid guy.
He is just he's just a nice country. He's a nice country boy from rural Illinois, and that's it.
He sounds like a normal everyday guy, like as if you're listening to us talk about in our matchup show. I don't think the way we analyze the game sounds any different than how Tony Romo calls the game on a Sunday or Thursday or whatever day he does it. That's what makes him.
But
so great.
for me on Fox, though, you give me Burkhardt and Davis over anybody else that they've got on Fox.
Again, though,
Burkhardt and Davis.
What about Daryl Johnston?
They are phenomenal.
There's a lot of good guys
I don't mind the Moose.
I like Mark Schlereth. Mark Schlereth is also
and Dick Stockton.
Good.
Both those guys are good together.
Stink's just a better name for him. It's easier to say. But Stink, he again though it's because look as a young man who grew up and enjoys, and Dave and I go back and forth, and so does Ryan. I enjoy old school football. I enjoy watching defense. I enjoy watching run games. I was a free safety and I was a running back when I played. I'm a little guy that loves a lot of hard contact, and I like to watch it, okay? And so that's what I enjoy.